week.
Yeah.
It hit me. It really did.
You better this week.
I'm better. I'm better. I'm like the song says, better. Not bitter, but I'm better. So yeah, I am. Thank you so much. So, what's going on in your week? What's happening, girl?
Just working and family and just all the normal things.
How's mom doing?
She's doing great.
Amen.
She's doing great.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're holding it together.
She's a warrior.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Well, she's got warrior family with her too. So
when
you're going through some tough times, it's good to have a team of warriors with you. Because I mean, no warrior really want to fight alone.
Absolutely.
So it's good to have that team. So I'm glad she's doing much better, and I just can't wait till she get out of that hospital and show those doctors what her God is made of.
Absolutely.
All right. What's going on with you, Z?
Good. Excuse me, but we started these new
Yes.
ear
These new mics.
These mics, and I'm adjusting to mine because I feel like I sound like Barry White. So you can leave your comment on our little comment portion. Let me know if I sound like Barry White, because that's what I feel like. So I'm not going to be talking as much until I get used to this.
Come on.
My week, my sister bought a house.
Hey.
And I've been running around feeling like it's my own house. So shout out to Camblia and Guilford.
I know.
Yay.
Congrats. And I'm very happy. But can I say something?
Yes.
You know, everybody knows I love my sister.
Yeah.
But people can have differences within their relationships.
Yeah.
So I love my sister. I'm always there. She's always there. She's on her side of the world, I'm on my side of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And she comes and I resist, and she comes and I resist. So when she bought the house, I started being around her all the time. She's like, hey, I was like, yeah, we can hang out now. And
That's
she was like, why is that? Some people make you lose faith, not knowing.
Oh, wow.
And
girl, if I had pearls to clutch, no, but I need you to explain that deeper.
My sister is the closest thing I've ever seen to God.
Right.
She loves God.
Right.
Life serve. But I watched the struggles.
Oh.
And I kept saying, okay, God,
what's going on?
And I would pray. I mean, pray for me. I used to then pray for me. I pray for everybody else, but I did some serious praying. Don't laugh.
Wow.
I even, not knowing I was halfway getting the cold, I had lit candles one day sitting on the floor trying to pray to God for my sister. That's real. Though.
Wait. Which candles you lit?
I don't know. I just lit some candles with them.
But was this a saint thing?
It was supposed to be a saint thing, but later I found that might have been borderline cult. But I was really trying to get to God. So
okay. That's interesting too.
Put a little towel. This is back in days, and I sat on it and covered my little head. And that was my first prayer. Because she's older, but it's like my baby sister to me. I've always been like the older.
Right.
But this house made me say, okay, God, some things are in your time of it. You're going to do it.
Right.
Because I believe, some people, you're supposed to see my life and want to mimic that. The joy I have, the prosperity I have, blessing. And draw me. I didn't want to draw that way. I saw a lot of pain with the churches. I saw. I didn't see the prosperity.
I love this.
I saw a lot.
And a lot of people see that, and I'm so glad you brought that up. A lot of people see that. They see how hard people live their faith for God and for the church, but then they're looking at. I also see the struggles that you're doing. And if you're serving this big God, why are you having all these struggles?
And that caused rebelliousness in me, because I'm a more real person. But my sister always smiled and always happy, but because we're connected, I saw the pain. So I didn't want no part of that.
You didn't want no part of the church.
I didn't want no part of whatever she was a part of, because it wasn't. I didn't believe how that should be like that. So it feels like I birthed a new baby.
This feels better
now. Me and God has got 10 feet closer. Because I understand now, all in God's time, He will come through, but it's in His timing, in this season. I'm good with that. I'm good with that as long as
I love it.
it's going to happen. And she's very deserving.
She is.
That's been my week and a half.
You know what? I love that you even brought that up and shared that with us, because a lot of times people are not so candid with subjects like that. We always want to shout the glories of God. We always want to shout, that kind of stuff and so forth to God. But we rarely see people say, I saw this in you and I'm not really happy with what I saw. And so a lot of times what we end up doing is we just shelter it, but not really knowing that 10, 15 other people are seeing the same thing that we're seeing, but have no way to discuss it because we're not saying anything. And so I'm glad you brought that up. And that's going to actually help some other people to get to a place where they need to be, to understand the struggles are also there with people who serve God. And this is not a God program per se.
It is not.
But we have these conversations because this is our lives.
It is.
But some people have those struggles, and they need to understand that there's a breakthrough and a come through for people that are going through. And so I'm glad you shared that. And like you said, deserving, you said she is very deserving of what she's got. I know her, and if anybody deserves to have anything, she deserves to have that and more. She does. Because this girl, she's family. She will smile even when we think she should be kicking somebody's baton, like our friends say.
She'll help the world.
She will.
Help the world. And
She's one, and I'm so happy for her. And hey, we need to cheer when people get things. We don't need to be upset. We don't need to be mad and bitter. And why not? We don't need to. We don't need to do stuff like that. We need to be very happy that they get what they get. Especially when it's something good. When it's something good that they get, we need to be so ecstatic for other people. And don't just say, well, I'm going to celebrate for them because I know I'm going to get mine. No, celebrate because you're just happy they got something. It ain't even about me.
Right.
It ain't, just like Z said, she go there, she treating like the house is her house. She ain't doing it because she wants something. She's doing it because she is happy for her. And more people need to show stuff.
That brings me to part two.
Yes.
You asked me how my week was going.
Wonderful. I want to hear it too.
So I got to hang up with that too. In today's, how we doing it today? I think I don't fit in. Because when you buy a car or you buy a house or you get a job, it's party time for me. I'm excited, but I look to, her church members, her friends, and everybody
Wait,
else.
why you say sorry? Hold on a
I know
minute.
you're the Jesus lady too.
Why you say sorry?
She's the Jesus lady.
But what? Explain. You know how I do. I put you on explain.
As I'm speaking on things on a religious level or a spiritual level, I respect her Jesus portion. I love Jesus. Let me stop that. When I say the Jesus lady, these people are their walk is more righteous than mine. Their walk is more better. Okay. But so I respect that.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is, my sister helped a lot. Attend all churches. All the churches know her. They love her. Everybody loves her. But when it was time to, reach out, move, and get it together and get things going, I didn't really see
The church people.
I didn't see nobody. And it saddened me because that's what she spends her
Time.
with. I'm not judgmental.
And her money.
I'm not judgmental with this
You're
thing.
just doing an observation.
But I'm just doing an observation.
Mm-hmm.
So for the Christians and non-Christians, as family and friends, we got to get back to applauding. We got to get back to
where we need to be.
Congratulating. We got to get back to supporting people.
Exactly.
Years ago, I graduated. Everybody know. Years ago, I graduated Orlando Voltech as an LPN. Years ago, I graduated. I walked down the aisle by myself. I had not one family member I became an LPN. I had not one, and I got a girlfriend that's watching this that went to school with me 20-something years ago. She knows I'm telling the truth because I wound up going with her family after dinner, but I was embarrassed. Military.
Oh my God.
I went to the military.
Uh-huh.
I graduated military.
Mhm.
Not one family member was at my military graduation.
Wow.
College, that was different. Chi, you was there. I had some friends
She was.
that was there. But we got to get into congratulating,
Each other.
supporting,
Each other.
woohooing
Mhm.
each other. You know, get excited about your blessings,
Right.
their blessings, as you would get about yours.
We do. We have to start understanding that we need to start supporting each other more.
Absolutely, I agree.
We do. We
Yeah.
need to start and celebrating the good times and the things that they're doing. Right. I tried, y'all.
I can't hear
Can
you.
I please have another mic? I tried contact.
There is one.
Thank you. I know that the crew got on me. Look at this. I don't know. Nobody want to hear me talk today, but they got on me and told me don't say anything. So I was trying to get it. So listen, I understand where you're coming from, looking at it from a worldview. I understand what you said totally. But we do have to do more supporting. We really do have to do more supporting. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to tell you, Rod, take the one out for the church. That top one up there, just pull it all the way out or turn it off. That's what the noise is. Pull it all the way out. Sorry about that. Hey, but anyway, going back to what you were saying, as far as she reached out to the church and nobody helped her, it is surprising, and it's not only surprising.
I didn't say that.
What?
I didn't say that.
I thought that's what you said. She reached out to
I
the
said
church.
she had a lot of church members
Okay.
that she's associated with
Mhm.
in her church,
Mhm.
and nobody has. I haven't seen anybody. I
Oh,
don't know
so
if
she
she
didn't reach
reached-
out to them.
I don't know if she reached out to them.
Okay. So did she tell them that she had bought the
I'm
house?
assuming so. She got a big mouth.
Well, see, that's what we have to be careful because
And
we
it's
don't
all
know
over
if she.
Facebook.
Well,
And all her church friends all over Facebook. All her friends all over Facebook.
I gotta be careful with stuff like that.
But I did stop you.
because-
That's why I said I didn't say that.
Okay, that's what
She
I
asked
thought
for
you said. Okay.
I just
See-
haven't seen anybody help,
Okay.
and she needs a lot of help.
Well, reach out
I
to
have.
her and let her know that, reach out to the people and say, hey, we need this. Because a lot of times we don't know what the other person needs because we're not speaking up. And like you said, we put it on Facebook, but sometimes people, hey, the biggest excuse is, well, not the biggest excuse, but the biggest reality, a lot of people are not paying attention on Facebook. And then when somebody gets something like that, we're congratulating them. However, we're not even understanding what they need from that point.
I like that.
We're not
The
understanding.
impact of what comes with buying a house.
Right. We're not understanding. We're just, hey, she's got a new house and we're happy about it. We don't know the condition. We don't know what's going on. Like you said, with the yard, we don't know that. And I'm going to speak for myself too, because she's family. I didn't know anything. I was just like, okay, great. And, if she needs something, she's going to call me. And when the housewarming, she's going to call me. So I didn't know until you reached out, and said, hey, Regina, I need this. And I said, okay, I'm on go. Let me know what you need. But sometimes that's what we have to do is we have to ourselves reach out and say, listen, this is what I got. This is what I need some help with, or I would like some help with, or just even bring me a cup of coffee. And a lot of times we sit back and we just think that people are thinking what we're thinking, but we have to not only use up here, we have to use our mouth because that's going to give us the direction to tell that person, listen, I would love for you to help do this. I would come over and cut some grass. I would come over
And
and,
interior decorate the little pretty stuff. I don't know how to do those kind of things.
I love doing that stuff. That's me.
Help, girl party. I don't know how I go, but
That's what we should do for her. We should have a girl
a
thing.
girl party.
And we come, everybody, I gotta see, everybody brings something to decorate the house with.
I like it.
Let's do that. Can you set that up?
I like it.
We can set that up? Okay.
Like a housewarming.
Well, it's not a housewarming per se.
Right. I know what you're saying. Like a girl's party.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do something like that, right?
I like it.
Listen, we're so happy for her. I'm so glad we're having these ideas. And this is great. We need to set that up quick. Hey, listen, back to last week. What we were saying also is last week, we were talking about a lot of stuff going on. And a lot of it was, listen, hey, sometimes I'm hurt, I'm down, I don't know what's going on. Let's dive more into that. I know you wanted to pick up that topic again, but we were talking about last week.
I'm lost. Last week it was so juicy. We was talking about when I was ready.
Yes.
I hate my life.
Yes, yes.
and how we've gotten to a point where we're frustrated, we're stuck,
Yeah,
we don't want to do this. And we were talking about empowering to change.
right.
Who's in control of that? When you're in that situation, who's in
Control.
control of where you're at
And where you're going.
and where you're going? But if you're in that situation, it don't look like
You
you're
just
going
stuck
nowhere.
right there.
You're stuck.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good point.
So
yeah.
who's in control of that?
Mhm.
So sometimes we have to. So what we're going to take it today is going back and see everybody's versions of self-assessments.
I love that.
Everybody get tests in school. For this one, the teacher gives you tests, but the best test is self-test, self-assessment. Where am I versus where I want to be?
And right, and why am I at this point? And a lot of what was going on with me was I was hating where I was in that week. I was really hating where I was in that week. And I was at the point of where a lot of people were going to a big depression, and depression can lead to a lot of other choices that are not good or healthy. And we wonder, how did I even get to this place and what happened? And I know with me, it was a lot of me not really opening up and letting people know the moment when something was taking place with me and hurting me, because I was trying to deal with it on my own. And then, like we said earlier, with Chi-Chi, I wasn't saying anything to anybody. I'm just thinking people should be knocking on my door to see what's up with me. But it doesn't happen that way. People don't do that. And we need to start letting people know, and this is part of the talk class, so we need to start letting people know when we're hurting.
But way before
Right.
we get to that point, there's a point when we exhale and say, I don't want to drive my car into the driveway. I
Right.
don't want to come home.
Right.
Or I don't like my mate. Or I don't like my job.
Right.
Before we get to the point where we need help from someone else, we got to be real with ourselves.
Mhm.
Self-assessment.
Right.
As soon as you get, America. As soon as you get that feeling, and what I mean by that feeling, it's time to go home. It's time to talk to my husband walks in the door. My wife walks in the door. That feeling, I gotta go to work. That feeling tells us from the get-up something is wrong.
Yeah.
It's up to you if you choose to sit there, not address it, put it on the table, endure it. The just going to get bigger, and the is going to get bigger. So that's what I meant by self-assess.
Right.
When you know yourself, as soon as it changes from the honeymoon period with job,
Mm-hmm.
or the honeymoon period with the house, or the honeymoon period with relationship,
Mhm.
find out what's going on. Because sometimes, Virginia, you didn't bargain for that. I
Right.
didn't bargain for this. I didn't ask for that. That's not what the deal was about.
Mm-hmm.
How many people going to continue to work if the job doesn't pay them?
If it don't pay them with me, I'm gonna leave.
Everything
Not all of
is an exchange of goods.
Right.
So when your career stops serving you, or your relationship stops serving you, or you don't want to come home, the household is not serving you, it's time to assess. And what I mean serving you is you serve automatically when you give parts of you
Yes.
to these different areas.
Right. Mhm.
If it stops serving you, we got a problem.
Right.
If you're taking care of you and I'm taking care of you,
Mhm.
who's taking care of me?
Right. I got you.
And that's sometimes we feel like because we're a mother, we're obligated.
Oh.
Because we're the father, we're the head of the household,
Mhm.
it's gonna look like shame on us.
Mhm.
Because my mom always brag on me, I'm that child that I can't do any wrong, I gotta hold it in the paint. But these are the things that get us to the point of tired and suicidal.
Yeah.
These are the things that give us the point of breaking.
Mhm.
And these people tend to have that mask, that straight face.
Right. What you mentioned last
So
week.
what you were saying when you were like, ask and reach out, people don't see through that mask.
Right.
People see the smile.
Right.
Unless you're smart. When I'm disappointed, When I don't like it, But I had to get to that point where it has to feel good inside of me.
So we have to have people to be able to recognize those signs that you just spoke of, to be able to know, hey, I'm about to fall into this, and before I let it become 10 uhs, I need to make sure that I find a way to recognize it first and then fix the first one, so that it don't become 10 more.
10 more us.
10 more us, right? Deborah, so what's going on with you? I'm like, she's like very quiet today.
She can elaborate on
I'm
that.
just listening.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with what you said. And it seems like that the people that give the most, that's, always reaching out and doing the most are the ones that do not get the support. So I agree with you. So how
And what do you
get
mean?
the support?
Right, exactly. How do you get that
Because
support?
most people expect you to be strong because you always, you are strong.
Mhm.
But at some point, you do need support. You can only give from a cup that's full. You can give from a half cup, but you can't give from an empty cup. So you have to be refilled. So what is your way of being refilled?
Refill, right. And how can we do that?
I got a question.
Yeah.
Let's bring it back to how do you realize and recognize before my thing is proactive?
Like you said,
How do you recognize before your cup gets
Mhm.
empty? I don't want to deal with you. Don't.
Right.
No disrespect, unless you're minor. I don't really want to deal with an adult that got to the point where your cup is empty
Right.
because you are accountable. You
Right.
got control over that.
Right.
How do we recognize and fix it before the cup is empty? Bam.
Like
Right.
you said, when you get that feeling, when you know things are not right in your spirit or you're not feeling that good energy, then it's time to assess yourself. So that's why I say I agree with you.
Right. And I guess pointers like this, where now we're having people to know what those signs are, then now we can say, okay, I remember what they said on the juice, the girl said about this feeling. And I'm at this feeling. So now before my cup get empty,
Right.
this is actually the first is the first sip
The first,
out of that cup.
right.
And before I let my cup take another sip or before I let it get empty, I gotta figure. So now the juice, the girls are telling me signs what I need to look at. So now we found out this is the first so now what do we do?
Okay, so accompanying whatever the situation where you got like that whatever that is,
Mm-hmm.
then you gotta assess
What's
why wasn't it a yesterday
Mm-hmm.
or why wasn't it a last year? What has changed
Mm-hmm.
to get this up? Something changed. It could be I used to love coming home, but my mother-in-law is there right now. Okay, bam. I could love coming home, but my child came home from college.
Right.
Assess the
I know
why. Assess what's causing the up.
Mm-hmm.
See if it's temporary.
Mm-hmm.
See if it's long term.
Right.
Long term, I myself, I can't tolerate it.
Mm-hmm.
Temporary, as being adults, being humans, we're gonna be stuck in situations. Sometimes we
You
can't
gotta tolerate.
We gotta tolerate.
Mm-hmm.
Temporary, but you even have a choice with that. But
Right.
maturity allows us to, hey, I have to sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
But assess: is this temporary? Is it long term? Is it something that I can control,
Mm-hmm.
or
Mhm.
is it something that's taking away my will?
Mm-hmm.
And these are when I say, I'm glad you asked that, because when we do self-assessment, the teacher doesn't just give you ask questions in one particular area.
Mm-hmm.
The teacher gives you questions in all particular areas on that subject to see if you're aware. So that's how you're going to do that. So whether it be, here's what that looks like. So I get to my job. I'm working at a job 2 years. I get to the job and they're like, I stop. Why am I, what about it that I don't like?
Right. That's the key right there. That's the key.
What about this?
What's giving me this feeling? Mm-hmm.
Is it the lady that worked there? Is it a new boss? Is it a different position?
Is it me?
Is it hours? Is it burning me out? Is it me? Right.
Right.
Is it the pay? What happened? Then after we see what happened, we say, okay, can I change that? Is this temporary? Is it permanent? Can I fix it? And when we conclude, here's the part that all y'all got a problem with, because I help you, but to a point. You have to do something. You cannot sit there and let your cup become empty You cannot sit
Bone
there and become depleted. You cannot sit there
Waiting
and
for somebody
get
else
the
to fill your
end
cup
and then say they find you suicidal or you depressed or you
Right.
homicidal or you going for nobody didn't know what
Can't
you
do that.
why didn't you just find a job? Tell somebody, hey, I want a job. Hey, tell your husband this isn't working. A lot of people got in trouble in that area.
Mhm.
If you're miserable, you have to sit down and talk to your mate, male or female. I am miserable. This is not giving what I expected it to
It's
give.
creating too many umps in my life.
What do you need from me? What can I give to you so we can make this thing fit?
Mhm.
Or it's a no-go. Sometimes it's best to sever ties in a giddy up
Mhm.
than to lose it all in the end.
Mhm.
Correct your problems.
And a lot of it, I think, what could happen is going to take communication. The moment we start feeling that first, we need to, like you said, we're gonna self-assess ourselves, find out what it is, and if we say, it's the mate, if we say it's a spouse, okay, it wasn't there yesterday. Like she said, what is it? What is it with today that's giving you that? Is it some particular something happened, or you just woke up in this mood, or what's going on? Self-assess. Your mate probably don't even know what the issue. He probably don't even think there is an issue. But self-accept and say, okay, I am feeling this way. Am I feeling this way because of something someone did to me? Or am I feeling this way because of something I allowed something to happen to me? Or am I feeling this way because of me? And whatever that situation is that you come to the realization of, okay, let's just say, for instance, I say it's me. Like I said last week, it's me. What I then had to do is to say, how do I get myself out of this situation that I got myself in? What needs to take place? And then you have to realize, because everybody's scenario is going to be different. Everybody's scenario is going to be different. And now what I had to do is I had to say, listen, I have to talk to people, let them know what's going on so that I'm not in this mindset of all these umps in my life when all it was I wasn't opening up my mouth. Now, you may have somebody who on your job, I don't want to come here because they have an issue. I have an issue with this person, issue with that person, whatever. They're making me feel uncomfortable. I'm sad. Sometimes we have to talk to people, but a lot of times people don't want to communicate with the individual because they feel as though if they communicate, they're going to make matters worse. But sometimes we have to at least have that communication because it may soften the blow later on.
It depends on the situation. You have to have discretion. If your issue, they hired Susie,
Mm-hmm.
and you and Susie is not mixing,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what's turning your stomach against the job.
Mm-hmm.
Susie's temporary on working with Susie.
Exactly. That's
Can
what
I
I'm going to
get
say.
a promotion? Can I get a department? What changes can take place? Even if I try to attempt, sometimes to lose is to win, and sometimes to win is to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're not going to get a promotion and you try to fix your portion and it's just not mixing with Susie,
Right.
you're stuck with Susie.
You stuck with her. So what you going to do?
Can
You
I?
going to be mad at Susie?
No, it's not about Susie, it's about the job now.
Mm-hmm.
Can I, is the benefits of this job higher than my disgust for the job at this point because of Susie? If the benefits of the job is higher than my disgust for Susie, I find a way to deal. I no longer say because I found a way to deal. If I found out that the disgust for Susie is greater than the benefit of the job, I have no choice but to what? Find a new job. I can't call you on the phone every day and say, girl, I hate my job. I hate my job. Girl, you know I hate my job. I'm the wrong one for that call. You hate your job, you find another job.
Well, a lot of people are doing that, though. A lot of
Not with
people,
me.
they hate their job, but they ain't going nowhere. They expecting everybody on that job to leave before they leave.
Well, you don't hate your job. Because when you're hungry, if you're hungry, Regina,
Mm-hmm.
if you're hungry, Deborah,
Mm-hmm.
you gonna say, I'm hungry. We're going to do what when we're hungry? Find food, correct?
How many people get up there?
But at some point, when that growl gets big enough, some point when your growl gets big enough, you're going to
make a decision.
No, you're going to find food. You're not going to lay there and die. You're going to eventually find food. We're human.
There's some
We're
people-
animals.
You know, I know you say that because you and me are like, we get survival mode, and Deborah too. We get in survival mode, and we're just
Everybody
like,
does.
no, because there's some people that will sit there and starve in a situation that they got food right in front of them, but they gonna sit there and starve simply because they don't want to make the move they need to move.
No.
Oh yes, oh
Animal
yes.
instincts we are. Everybody that sit there, unless it's a baby,
I
if
have
you're
to
starving,
disagree.
if they're starving, leave them there long enough.
Mhm.
Leave them there long enough. Unless it's even a baby finna try to do something. Leave it there long enough. Maybe we intervene too quick. Leave that starving person
Yeah.
there long enough, and it's food. I don't care how lazy they are. At some point, they're going to make a move
I agree.
because we have animal. Y'all just made the script, but we have animal instincts. We're going to. It's in all of us to
Mhm.
survive.
I hear you what you're saying, but I'm gonna have to respectfully disagree, simply because of, and I won't call no names, certain people. Nobody
Show me that
passed
fool
away.
that just gonna sit there and stop at that.
Nobody passed away, but I'm telling you that certain people, they could have positions and situations right there in their grasp. Let's say, for instance, with this, or thank you, Holy Spirit, give me this one. Let's say, for instance, somebody's got a job, they got 10 jobs lined up. They got 10 jobs, they own a job already that they're about. They got 10 jobs lined up. But guess what? They're too afraid to go to one of them 10 jobs because they're too afraid of losing this one job. That's to me a form of starvation.
Okay. So when I gave it to you, I was saying literally food.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying I'm going
Mhm.
back to the basics.
Uh-huh.
Literal food.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying scenarios.
Right.
Okay, so
That's what I was talking about.
I'm starting here.
Mm-hmm.
Literal food.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Who's gonna stay there and starve?
Mhm.
Okay. So we take that when you're going through it, when it affects you bad enough,
Mm-hmm.
that's when we react.
Yeah.
So maybe it hasn't affected them bad enough.
right.
That's why
Maybe
they
that's
haven't
what it is.
reacted.
Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe it take you all the way. They dog you. They doing this. They doing that. They gotta fire you for you to accept, another position, another job, whatever it is.
Probably better.
But why is it that we feel like we're stronger? I got a question for y'all. Why is it that we feel we're stronger because the more we endure? Why do we gotta endure so much just to be strong?
I like that. I like that.
That's not strength.
I like
me?
that.
Answer. Why do we
I
gotta
like
endure to be strong? Why is that?
It goes back to the old phrase, work smarter, not harder. Goes back to that old phrase. But I'm gonna throw that to you, Deborah. What's your thoughts on that?
I'm like you. I believe in working smart, not hard.
Mm-hmm. Not hard. Not even having to really have to go. But I guess a lot of times what we have to do is we have to learn through these things in life. And in order for us to know what to do the next time, we have to experience. Sometimes we have to, here's the thing. Sometimes we have to experience for ourselves, and then sometimes we have to experience because someone has taught us. Listen, before you get there, let me tell you about this, let me tell you about that. Some things are self-learned and some things are taught.
At what age?
No, I'm saying in general with everything. Even a kid, we had a little baby King here, and baby King was trying to stand up on this table, we say. And baby King, he would fall down and hit his head on the table. And it took baby King's, and I kept telling baby King, stop, I know I'm gonna go to a different age group, but I said, stop, baby King, stop, you're gonna hurt yourself. So finally, baby King, he got it, even at 11 months, he got it. Okay, if I go to this table before I fall, I need to put my hands down before I fall. So he's taught himself. Then you have people that are, let's say teenagers or even some adults that are saying, why am I going through this situation, that situation? And people are trying to teach them, listen, don't do this, don't do that, but you're still doing the same thing over and over again. Sometimes you have to go through something terrible, and then finally you'll realize, okay, they were right all along. They were trying to teach me, but I had to self-learn because I wouldn't be taught learn.
It reminds you of that old saying that bought knowledge is better than told knowledge.
I love that. I love that. I love it. I can rock with that one. That one is true. That one is true. But back to what we were saying, we hate our life. We don't want anybody to be in these situations where they hate their lives anymore. And there is a lot of help out there. sometimes people feel like they don't want to say anything, and or they're embarrassed, or they feel like people are going to understand you. They feel like I'm supposed to be strong, but there is help. Yes.
I got this last statement. Man, I'm not gonna say no more.
I love how she always
As
says that.
babies, we teach the little ones how to eat proper, wipe proper, bathe proper, this proper. But leadership, accountability on our own lives, coping mechanisms, we don't teach that.
Thank you.
Training in this area perfects us, okay? So I told you what to wear since birth. I told you when to turn off the TV, when to eat, when to sleep. But I made all the decisions, okay?
Mhm.
So you get to blame me, okay, for everything. Now I'm trained to blame, okay?
Oh.
I blame you, I blame the wife, I blame the husband, I blame the job, I blame God, I blame everybody. To perfect this skill, we have to listen, America. The 2-year-old, pick a dress. The 2-year-old, pick a cup. You want juice? You want milk?
Mhm.
It could be two of your choices,
Mhm.
but start practicing with them to make a choice and be accountable for the choice that they pick. Make a choice, consequences. Make a choice, consequences.
Mhm.
So then when they get older,
Mhm. It's
they
easier
know
to do.
how to control their lives, make a choice. How many people y'all get in the car with and they say, "Hey, right now, yeah, we hungry. What y'all want? Whatever you want. What do you want to eat? What
Oh my
y'all want?"
gosh, my
Nobody.
husband. I don't
I
put my
can't-
husband on blast because he does that
You can't.
because he loves me.
But I need you to make a decision. I need you to make a decision. Some people don't know how to make a decision. They had the decisions made. And those same people, 9 out of 10, that don't know how to make a decision, also get into the blame game. See, this is bigger than I hate my life. I hate my life is when we've gotten to a point of disgust because of lacking control.
Mm.
You hit me, the game changes.
Mm.
I don't care if you got horse, dog, boat, whatever. You hit me. Put your hands on me. The game changes. I'm out. It's not a once or twice. Or, oh, maybe I'm wrong. I'm gone. I'm through. Or I'll be in jail. That means I have power, control of my situation.
Right.
I'm not going to sit and endure. It's children that's abusing their parents. It's spouses that's abusing their mates. It's jobs that's not paying the employee working there
That's fine.
off the clock.
Mhm.
Off the clock, got to clock out because they're watching labor. It's a lot of situations that we tolerate abuse, and we feel like we have no control. Yet we go home and we blame the job. No. Once you become an adult, in fact, I'm gonna watch what I say because it's television. Okay. But once we become capable of taking care of ourselves,
Mhm.
whatever you go through, listen to me now. Whatever you go through, that's on you. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. And yes, we can support, like Deborah is saying. And yes, we can do this, like Regina is saying. And yes, and all that's great. But how about do something better than that? How about you find a way to stop it and take control and empowerment of your own life before it gets there? How many call in or type in or text in? I'll call y'all with my problems. I'll call none of y'all and say, fix this or fix that or this. I might say, girl, this is going on, but I promise you I got a solution. I promise you I'm not going to be coming to you with the same thing over and over again. They tell us, buy the bike. You buy the bike. I'm going to stop with the motorcycle because I love motorcycles. I'm going to say car. Buy the car. With me, and I know this is wrong. Battery, okay, I'm going to get a battery. Alternator, okay, I'm going to get an alternator. But when we start getting the battery, the alternator, the brakes, the transmission, it's time for a new car. I'm not going to go through all that. You're not longer dependable. It's not dependable. It's not dependable. You know what I'm saying? That's just too much.
Absolutely. Mhm.
The floor leaking, the roof leaking, this leaking, that. Okay. I don't have to endure that. You choose to endure that till the roof cave in. Then you want to say to y'all gonna be close to the roof cave in. It's been leaking. I mean, come on, Regina, am I
I
right?
got you. I got you.
Am I right, Deborah?
We've been allowing it.
So
Mhm.
I'm just saying,
It goes back to like Deborah was saying,
Take
let's take care of that
charge.
first sip. Or like we were saying, Deborah said, before the cup runs dry, let's do something, like you said, at that point. But that's what these shows are trying to help people to get to. Like you said, people may need to hear that. They don't know, okay, let me go ahead and just make this leap and take charge. Let me go ahead and do this. I don't have to endure this. A lot of them, maybe they feel it, but they just didn't really, they needed to hear somebody say it maybe. They needed to have that support of somebody saying, you don't have to put up with that. You don't have to tolerate that. You don't have to deal with that. And so maybe they needed to hear that.
And for those that don't know, there's a homeless shelter in every city and state. There's a abuse shelter in every city and state. There's agencies to help pay bills. There's job placements to help you find a job. There's places to help to pay your resume. There's places for everything. Whatever help you need is out there.
And we're going to start
bringing
bringing
to
those.
be able to. Regina's going to start doing that.
Yes, absolutely.
But you have to be able to, when the pain is too great, sacrifice something. You can't just say, ma'am, I'm going to do this because I'm too lazy to take charge of my life. That's
Right.
not what time it is.
Right.
But you can, if you don't get anything out of today, you can kick back and reject. You don't have to just eat anything and accept anything. And the last thing, stop zipping up the mess. I hate whoever invented the dirty clothes bag, the laundry basket. Stop zipping up the mess. I think the way I look at it, if it was my way, take the white clothes off, put them in the wash. Take the red clothes off, just fill up, wash it. Because when we begin to zip up the mess,
In our lives.
we're zipping up the mess. Nobody knows how we feel. And then you find yourself doing this. I'm cooking and I'm already agitated.
Your bag is
And
full.
the kid comes and say something. I just turn around like this. I'm clicking on the job.
Your
Clicking
zipper
on
don't broke.
You're packaging in mess.
Mhm.
You can't be real and say, honey, I have a problem. You can't be real and say, kids, mom don't got no money. You're asking. I'm feeling used. I didn't get a gift. Whatever the issue is, we don't address. We zip up the mess. And hold on. We done got so good. We taking these bags and we pushing them to their bursting.
Mhm.
They got holes in them. But because they can still carry weight, we're pushing more. Start cleaning it out.
The more we push, the heavier that bag gets to.
Clean it out and start. Even sometimes when you go through it, you're gonna find out you can't even fit some of that stuff anymore. Start
Yeah.
cleaning it out.
Yeah.
Stop
I like that.
carrying around a big old laundry basket full of
Problem.
emotions or issues that can be dealt with and addressed.
Mhm.
I'm through.
I love it. I love it. She always does that. Okay, I'm gonna say this and I'm done. She's funny, but she does have some major points there. What she spoke about. We can't let our situations get to the point where we are full to capacity and we're still trying to zip up everything. Basically, when you said zipping up stuff, it's almost as though I saw in the thing as when we zip up stuff, we basically trying, like you said, we're trying to hide everything from anybody. But one thing about dirty laundry, no matter how bad you hide it or how good you hide it, eventually it's going to smell and someone else is going to walk by and smell it. And even though they don't see it, they don't know it's there.
They got Febreze, my girl.
No, honey, this life's Febreze. So that Febreze only cover up a little portion. But saying this to say this about you, if you're going through situations in your life where you feel as though you're by yourself, you're alone, and nobody is there, you feel as though nobody's there to help. Like Z said, there are programs out there that can help. There are so many programs, and we are going to start uploading information about those programs in local communities everywhere. We're going to start uploading that because people need to know what their communities have. And a lot of the way we're going to do that is through our partnership program That's one of the ways that we're going to start circulating a lot of our information. So if you had not already gone on our website, thepartnershipprogram.org, it's on our screen, partnershipprogram.org. Go online and just start getting tidbits of information, get yourself familiar with the website. We're going to start uploading contacts of community places that can assist people in the areas, and if you have some organization that you know is out there that you think people may not know, send us the information. There is a contact information on the Partnership Program website where you send the information and we'll get it, we'll review it, and then we'll post it. Also on the Partnership Program, it has a calendar of events, and we have begun to put events on there that community are having, so that you're aware of what's going on, because sometimes you just need to know what's out there because you may want to go out. And it's good to know what's out there. But we are putting all this in place, and it is through our partnership program. Our partnership program, as you can see, is building a better neighborhood by creating unity in every community. It's also about helping youth and children and people that are out there that are needing help with self-coping, self-evaluation. People probably just hit rock bottom. You don't know how you got there, but you know you're not going to stay there. Larry, you're right. This is what we're going to do. For the partnership program, any events or any programs, not events, but any programs that we have on the partnership program, adolescents, youth, single mothers, and stuff like that, even single fathers, we don't discriminate. Anything on there, before you sign up for us to help you on the partnership program, before you ask for our assistance, please know yourself that you want help. And I'm going to say that because I say this, a lot of people don't really say, hey, I really want to help. They just say, well, I'm going to try this and see what. We want you, when you come to us, to be ready to help, because we're going to put our all into you. And we want you to also put your all. And Z is the director of the partnership program. You'll probably get a lot of information from her as well. But Z, tell them a little bit about what you're looking for the partnership program to be.
We want the individuals in the community. We want success for everybody.
Exactly.
And we are going to be a gateway. However, when she said, come knowing you want help, come knowing also that it's a two-way street. You have a job. You have a portion to play in your success, because you're going to learn how to do it now. We're going to show you, but you're going to work alongside of us while we make these steps to get you whatever assistance or whatever help you need. But there's a job to do. There's a job for us and a job for you. But we want success for everyone in the community. A lot of people don't know that this agency exists, or they can get help here. They can get it. Some things are very small. And
you can go to some communities. A lot of you may know this, and all of you may not know this. But do you know you can go to some communities, some places in the community where you can get help with light bills, you can get help with water bills, you can get help with utilities, you can get help with a down payment for a rental program. There are rental assistance programs out there. There are some organizations that even offer free daycare. There are organizations out there that can help you. There are organizations out there. There's actually in Clayton County, there is a church. If you want information, I'll give you the church information. Let me talk to them first. But there's a church right in Clayton County that I know that offers free daycare, and they call it Mother's Day Out, I believe it is. And they offer free daycare. Not only do they offer free daycare, but they also offer free tax preparation for people. And they offer free food every Friday. And get this, they don't care if you rich, you poor, you in the line for free food, they're giving it to you.
So there are resources. There are
resources out there where you can get these things, get some help. And we're going to start uploading a lot of that on our website. Listen, I'm so glad y'all joined us today. I sometimes wish this program was 2 hours. I do. I wish it was 2 hours. We're limited on time. We are going to pull up our Chit Chat Challenge. Hey, the Chit Chat Challenge. There is a thing to hear for a Chit Chat Challenge on there. He'll bring that up in a minute. But I'm sorry, not Chit Chat. Chill Chat Challenge. Chill Chat Challenge. And I love this game because what it does is it helps us to interact with each other through like nice conversations on cards here. So I'm going to open this up. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull one out. And I like to close out the show with this because it puts some humor there. So we're gonna open this up and we're gonna pull out a card. We're gonna let Z pull out one of the cards. And if you would like to purchase this game, you can just go to, I gotta stop holding that. You gotta go to www.artadiagames.com. It's on the monitor there. And you can also order this. I ordered it on Amazon. It's a wonderful game, especially for those of you that have youth and you want to be able to have a conversation with them, like daily topics and what's going on, or you just want to get them off the phone and you want to have a face-to-face. This game is so interesting because it has cards in here where the kids ask the adults, and then also have cards in there where the adults ask the kids. So it does bring up nice information. Well, we're going to try this. We're going to do the challenge because we've been doing a challenge.
Okay.
We're going to do the challenge. And we are going to get the adult cards.
We're going to get the adult cards.
We are adults. And what we're going to do,
They are adults.
We're going to have Z pull a card.
Please pull the card.
And now, let's see.
Z is not pulling this card. Z is going to pull a different card.
Oh my gosh! Should we have her do the other one? Okay, what do you got?
These are the same ones from last week.
Okay,
Exactly.
okay, so here, pull it from here now.
Exactly.
Pull it from this side.
There you go.
What you got there?
How was your childhood and teenage years different from teens of today? Do you feel like it was better or worse?
How was your childhood, teenage? Do you feel like it's different?
Well, a generation was probably better, that's what y'all say. But I think my childhood sucked. And I think the teenagers of today got it made. They don't have to do anything. Everything is easy. Everything is supported. They don't have to do anything. They get it all.
So we had to do a lot.
We had to do a lot.
We had to do a lot.
And then there was no accolades. So, how was my child? But it made me tough. So, how was my childhood sucked and teenage years different from teens today? Very much so. It's a whole different ballgame.
Okay. Whole different game.
Children's
I'm gonna have
sport.
to start putting those on the bottom. Deborah, what you got there? And then we're gonna close out and see how we're doing.
It says, do you believe that social status is important? Do you consider yourself a snob?
What?
I'm always
You
in the
always get the best cards.
That was good.
That's why I love this game. It's so hilarious to me. It tickles me. I'm gonna play this with
Do
my
you
husband.
believe social status is important?
Okay, let's start with that one. Do you believe social status is important?
That depends on the person, I guess.
I like that answer.
Me, myself, I don't go on social status.
Okay.
As far as, do you consider yourself a snob? No.
Amen. And she's not either.
You know,
No. That was it.
You're
Good
cool.
job. Isn't Deborah's jewelry cute too? Girl, I like those bracelets.
Thank you.
They are so cute. All right. Oh, goodness. I don't know why I pulled this from myself. What do you think is your purpose in life? And that's a good question. Especially after coming up, I hate my life.
don't look over me.
I think I need somebody else to answer that. You know, sometimes you just don't know the answer to your own question.
Right.
You're a
You
teacher.
can always, well,
What do you think, Deborah? What do you think is a purpose in my life? What do you think is your purpose in life? What's my purpose in life? What do you think?
I think you love on people.
Mm-hmm.
You're a good teacher. you
Okay.
know, So I guess it would be geared in
those things.
that direction.
I like it. She said, "Don't go to her." She said she done.
You're a good teacher. You're a very good person. You're a very good
Thank
person.
you. Thank
And
you.
you believe in people. You trust, you care. You want to make a difference.
Exactly.
And you get but all will make a difference.
Exactly. I think you're right. I think our purpose in life, and especially with the ladies here at the Juice, our purpose is to really make people's lives, impact them, make it better,
Impact their lives.
impact their lives in a much better way. And you guys have impacted my lives in a great way by even, agreeing to do this with me and being here faithfully every Wednesday. And I just really love you guys for all that you do. I know that you guys have families that y'all have to take care of and jobs because, I've worked from home with my husband, but y'all come to me. So I really do really appreciate y'all and the work that y'all do and the efforts and everything y'all do. I appreciate our staff back there
It's a pleasure.
for helping out. Thank you. I appreciate the staff for helping out and everything that they're doing. And we are going to be back next week. I'm going to be revamping a lot of stuff. I'm about to get super, super busy because I want to make sure that the community works for you and that you have everything that you need or at least know what all those resources are. Ladies, had any other final thoughts? Any final thoughts?
Take control of your life. Take control of your life. Stop blaming people. Get up, put something into it, you'll get something out of it.
Good. Deborah, final thoughts.
Just enjoy life. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy.
And I feel the same way. Enjoy life. Put something into your life and be happy. Hakuna Matata. That new movie is coming out too. Hakuna Matata. I love that movie, like it. Hey, I love y'all. Hey, we're gonna go ahead and close out. Thank you so much
And watch
for
the
joining
news,
in.
watch the news, watch CNN. There's a lot going on there.
Oh, okay, watch CNN. Watch
It's,
CNN.
it's heavy. It's
Okay.
heavy to do with your president. We're not going to discuss it because I don't want them knocking at my door. But watch the news. Guys, stay informed.
Yes.
Stay informed. It's
Vote.
very serious.
Get registered to vote.
And prepare yourselves.
Yeah.
Have your little canned goods, your waters, bottles, whatever. Just in case anything goes to the left. Be prepared. Be prepared.
Amen. Thank you for tuning in. Join us again next week here on the Juice Radio and Talk Show at 6 p.m.
Yes.
We love you.
Doing all right.
Press the blue button right here.